Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for RBC Yoga. My name is Amanda. As a reminder, we are open, so you are able to come to classes in person. Per governor's directive, you just need to wear a mask coming in and out and then be 6 feet away, which we have plenty of room here to socially distance appropriately. So consider that perhaps as your comfort level starts to grow. Otherwise, we are super happy that you've joined us from your living room this morning. We'll go ahead and just take a seat, whatever comfortable seat is available for you. And close your eyes, tune into your breath. Let your internal gaze just fall in place between your eyebrows. Tuck your tailbone under so that you're in a nice straight line. Chin drop down just slightly so your neck is in neutral. Breathe in through your nose and also out through your nose. Discovering your Ujjayi breath by allowing your tongue to rest along the backs of your front teeth and along the roof of your mouth so the back of your throat constricts slightly. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking a moment internally just to express some gratitude for your breath. Where so many are having problems breathing right now due to the pandemic. So let's take an extra breath of gratitude, an acknowledgement of gratitude for our healthy breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling the weight just lift off of you with each exhale, settling into the quietude of your space. In and out. While you continue to rest in your breathing, coming home to the quiet center. I will share this morning a poem from Rumi called The Talking. I have come here to lay my head at your feet, to ask forgiveness, to sit in the rose chair and burn my thorns. Whatever I thought to do when I am here with you is nothing. I come to weep. There is no escape from grief. Outwardly, I am silent. Inwardly, you know how I am screaming. Make my face yours. I will shorten this poem. Read the rest inside me. Poor silent lover, you have no one to talk to. but your thoughts keep surging through like an army of firebrands. Alone, every person stays quiet. Nobody speaks to a closed door. But you are convinced that you have lost your best companion. Maybe you are already in the pure world, beyond this scroungy wanting, in the metabolizing of nature. No doubt. The best thing about reading Rumi is that there's nothing else to say. His words they stand alone. So let that settle in you as it will. And I invite you to bring your hands in front of your heart. Set an intention for your practice today, if you like, or a dedication. Yoga is a sacred practice, a practice of mindfulness and of connection or reconnection, re-remembering. When we come home to the quiet center of our beings and connect breath and movement, we remember that our bodies are divine temples, vessels for love and light, life force, that we are connected to one another and to the great mystery that is the all. We are never alone, and we, whatever we call ourselves, are not independent from everything else, rather interdependent, interbeing, to quote Thich Nhat Hanh. Let's open with an Om together, and ours here will be quiet because we have people in the room. So I'm actually going to put my mask back on to Om. Inhaling. As you begin to open your eyes in your next inhale, just go ahead and bring your arms up over your head. Reaching up, inhaling. And then as you exhale, turn to your right. A little simple seated twist. Take a breath there. Then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to your left. Take a breath there. Inhaling back to the center. And then if you like, if it's accessible for you, go ahead and fold forward. Just to open up our spine. Inhaling, roll back up. And then come on around to child's pose. You can take big toes touching, knees wide, if that feels good for you, especially since we're just starting today. Just take a moment in child and really feel the energy of the earth underneath you. Your forehead, your hands. It's a very grounding, nurturing pose, so just allow yourself to be cradled here. Taking some big belly breaths, feeling the full expansion and contraction of your belly and body as you breathe. One more kick down the front. And then on your next exhale, make your way up to tabletop. So all fours, hands, shoulders distance apart, knees, hips distance apart. Hands spread wide, index finger and thumb pad rooting down, outer arms turned under. Inhale for cow, so arching your back. Really pushing the floor away, engaging your scapulas. Exhale. Round your spine, pulling your navel toward your spine. You just take a few rounds like that on your own, and then feel free to take it all the way back through child's pose. And up again, so you're really exaggerating, and that promotes the lengthening of your inhales, exhales, if that feels good for you. You can also take circles with your hips as you make your way back. Just waking up here. And if you are taking circles, be sure to take a couple in one direction and then reverse directions. Moving with your breath, engaging your arms. And after you've taken what you think are a good couple rounds, come back all the way to child's pose with your next exhale for a breath and rest in stillness. After you've made it there, and a breath, come back to tabletop. And then in tabletop, re-engage your arms. Take your right leg and kick it back so that it's parallel with your hip. And flex your foot, toes pointed down, just to start. So you can really activate your leg and internally rotate so that your knee is also pointed down. If you want, you can flex or kind of point your foot toward the back, but just play with that there and feel where your extension is. Notice how you're shifting your weight, most likely. So try to bring it back to the center and tend to shift onto our bent leg side. But we want to try to engage the center, and you're going to need to engage your core to do that. Then firm into your right hand and take your left hand forward. So opposite foot and hand, reaching out. Try to pull your shoulder down so that the socket is pulled back into your back, so it's not up in your ear. Really flex your arm, your hands, and you can take your palm and rotate it so that it's facing toward the center of your body. Not down. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring everything back down. Subtle, but strengthening. We will switch sides. So take your left leg to start. Reaching it back toward the wall behind you. Start by flexing your foot and really pressing into your heel like you're standing on that wall. Firm into your hands. Squeeze toward the midline. Activate your glute. Try to balance out the weight between your hands so that you're squeezing toward the center and not overly leaning into your right leg. And you'll feel like very subtle movements here. So if you internally rotate your arms so that your outer arms turn under and your front of your elbows, the inner elbows are reaching toward the front of your mat, you'll notice the difference in how you're holding your weight. Once you feel balanced,
Take your opposite hand and reach it forward. And then there you can shift the flex of your back foot and point your toes toward the back of the room. Really firm into your left hand. Don't let it get sloppy there. Pull your shoulder down and back so that your shoulder's not in your ear. Palm turned toward the center of the mat. 2, 1. Good. Bring everything down. Take another child pose. Grounding and stabilizing. Warm up. Inhale. Come on. Back once more. To the all fours. Go ahead and firm your hands. Curl your toes under. This time coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Again here, same action with your hands. Really try to claw the earth. Root your index finger pad and thumb pad down. Or want to come up, you've got to work to root them down. And your elbows facing the front of the mat. Your first down dog, your legs might have a super healthy bend in them. We're not worried about getting them straight. And if your hamstrings are tight, you can take your stance wider, even as wide as your mat. Weight moving back toward your heels, head neutral. Take a few breaths here and pedal out your feet if you like. Coming into stillness. Go ahead and walk your feet forward and spread to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up halfway for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, press into your feet. Root to rise up. Bringing your arms with you. All the way through the center, hands to heart. Take a moment there. Maybe close your eyes and acknowledge your transition to standing this morning. Feel the balance of your feet on the mat. Okay. Inhale, bring your arms up, gaze forward. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back. Come into a lunge. Stick your lunge first, knee tracking over ankle. Maybe come up onto fingertips so that you feel some buoyancy in your hips. Again, kind of the same action that we did whenever we were in single leg tabletop. Push your heel toward the back of the mat. So with your toe curled under. That action will help you find length in your lunge, which will stabilize us later for warrior positions. And it will also get into your front hip flexor there. So feel that maximum length. And then from there, drop your back knee. Release the curl of your back toe. Sweep up for Anjayasana. Let your knee come over your ankle in the front. Reaching high first, inhale. And then exhale, see if you can find a little back. Heart offering. Inhale, bring your hands down. Re-engage your lunge. Step back to plank. Inhale. Lower if you like. Knees, chest, and chin. Start chaturanga. Modified. All the way to your belly. Inhale. Cobra. Little baby cobra. Bring your shoulders out of your ears. Exhale. Now curl your toes. Come back. Exhale. Downward facing. And down dog. Take some breath. Feel the full expansion and release. Bottom of your next exhale, step your right leg forward. Find your lunge first. So again, maximum length here. By pressing that back heel toward the back of the knee. Inhale, using your core, step your foot forward into Uttanasana. So it's a subtle core engagement, but you want to move into your core to move your left. Look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side. Inhale, look up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. And then inhale, step your left leg back. And again, stick that lunge. So knee tracking over ankle, heel moving toward the back of the room. Getting into your front hip flexor there first. Maybe tent your fingertips so that you can actually, have so much weight in your legs you can lift your hands off here. Once you have that, then lower your back knee. Release the curl of your back toe. Sweep your arms up. Anjayasana. Inhale, get tall, reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, come into your back bend. Let your knee track forward. More breath there. Exhale, slowly bring your hands down. Plant your hands. Plank. Inhale. One more modified chaturanga. Of course, you're free to take that the whole time if you like. All the way down. This time, take your tinted fingertips. So again, fingertips on the diagonal from your mat. Inhale, come up into what one of the teachers I follow calls Super Cobra. So that you're in this extended shape. And you really want to make sure that your feet, the tops of your feet are rooted onto the earth, your pelvis is down. And then from here, press into those tinted fingertips. Start to look up and not straining your neck. So you're lifting your heart here. Your gaze helps you do that. Shoulders moving down and back. Inhale, look to your right. And exhale. Inhale, come through the center. Inhale there, look to your left. Inhale through the center. Exhale, lower. Then bring your hands alongside your rib cage. Tuck your elbows. Come up into regular Bhujangasana, Cobra. See if you can find a little bit more space there. Maybe you go higher. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, make your way to down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Find your leg. Re-engage if any of it has slipped. Inhale, take your left leg forward. Once more, find that lunge. Press the back heel away. And then inhale, use your core to lift your back foot and step forward. And fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come on up through the center, Samasthiti. Come into Tadasana for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel your feet once more rooting on the earth. Noticing what's waking up inside your body and also where your body might be resisting. The subtle act of noticing is where the good, juicy work of yoga happens in asana, because that's where we can send more breath into those places we're holding on to and clinging, so that we learn to release and move into that space rather than retract from it. Sometimes it's very subtle, just like life, often. Inhale, for your arms. Exhale, come into chair rest. So sitting nice and chair. Weight in your heels. Shoulders moving down your back. Breathing there. 2, 1. Go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Inhale, step your right leg back once more for lunge. This time you're going to stick that lunge, squeeze toward the midline, knee tracking over ankle, and you are going to bring your hands off the mat. Sweep them behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then on your next in-breath, bring your arms all the way up for crescent. And you can take a little bend in your back knee that helps stabilize you. Because we always try to press it straight, but a little bend can really help here. And then tuck your tailbone under so that you're engaging your core. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, bring your hands together and then twist to your left. Pressing into your palms. Using that leverage to help get more space in your belly. 2, 1. Go ahead and sweep up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Step back to plank. Modified or full chaturanga. Inhale. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. In down dog. Outer arms turn under. Weight toward your heels. Maybe your legs are getting a little straighter now. Go ahead and lift your right leg up toward the sky this time. On your next breath, twist it open, trying to keep your torso square. Inhale, square and straighten once more. Exhale, get tall. Then inhale, bring your knee to your nose. Cut your back. Exhale, kick it up. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, kick it back. Inhale, knee to nose. Hold. Step through to your lunge. Yeah, good. And again, sticking that lunge, finding maximum length here. Tenting your fingertips. On your next in-breath, you can just step your foot forward, or engaging your core, you can kick into standing split. Bringing that left leg high toward the sky, folding into your standing straight leg. Lowering on your next exhale and folding. Uttanasana. Go ahead and press into your feet, root to rise up. All the way through the center. Samastiti. Excellent. Taking a breath. And inhale, bring your arms. Exhale, sit once more into chair. See if you can find more space here. At any point, if this doesn't feel good for your shoulders, you can always bring your hands in front of your heart. You can also take your arms out into cactus, which is another arm variation. So if you're having shoulder issues or they feel tight, there are options you can take here. Sitting a little lower, one more breath. Next exhale, go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. And then this time you are going to step your left leg back and come into lunge. Again, sticking that lunge first, pressing that back heel toward the back of the room, feeling the buoyancy there, tenting your fingertips to start, and then on your next breath, sweeping your arms back alongside you. On your next in-breath, go ahead and bring your arms up for full crescent. Now again here, you may want to bend your back knee. It can help stabilize, particularly if one side is weaker. And then you want to try and tuck your tailbone so that you're not jetting out, but rather engaging your core. I want to make it a little bit more stable here. Inhale. Hands in front of your heart. Exhale. Twist to your right. Pressing into your hands. Trying to bring your elbows into a straight line. See if you can find some extra space here. 3, 2, 1. Release. Inhale up. Once more. Exhale slowly. Hands to the mat. Step back plank. Vinyasa of your choice. Meeting and downward facing dog. And take a breath and down dog. And on your next in-breath, raise your left leg high to the sky. Twist it open. On the exhale, try to keep your torso square. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, get tall. With inhale, bring your knee to your nose, cut your back. Exhale, kick your nose back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale. Inhale, knee to nose and hold. Then step through for lunge. I don't remember if I did this on the other side, but I meant to. Release the curl of your back toe. Sweep up on Jayasana. Bringing knee over ankle. Applying a little deeper back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. Recurl your back toe. Next breath, press into your front foot. Use your core. Kick your back leg up toward the sky for standing split. Ooh, mama. This side for me is very tight. I did something kayaking this week or sleeping in a tent. Something happened and my body is out of whack. So, that's what we do here. Breathe there. Exhale, bring your foot down and fold. This time in your Uttanasana, maybe bend your knees deeply, hug yourself or hug your elbows together. Whatever feels right. Take a couple rounds of deep breath here and just fold into yourself. Go ahead and release that. Next breath, press into your feet. You bend your legs as then you rise up all the way. Exhale through the center. Tadasana. Again, close your eyes in Tadasana. Take a moment here. And then open your eyes. From here, we're going to start with a tree. So we're going to take a little bit of a standing series, starting with tree. So you're going to step into your right foot, and then take your left into your groin. Yep. Weird. I'm zooming, and then you guys are here, so it's all this weird diagonal. And I'm trying to mirror everybody, and it's like, it's wild, man. It's wild. So come into tree first. Squeeze toward the midline. Be with wherever you are today. Arms up. If your arms are up, take your index finger and your thumb and bring them out alongside you. Open them up. Turn your knee forward now, so you're going to need to put a little bend in your standing leg. And then kick it back. You're going into dancer. Release your hands and start by grabbing both. If you like to, you can grab both hands on the foot, or you can bring your opposite hand around with that index finger and thumb joint and come into dancer. Bend your standing leg. Press that left foot into your hand as you kick up and fold forward. Next breath, release that back foot, kick it out. Bring your other hand around to the front. Start with palms together, warrior three. Just like when we were in bird dog. Same action there with your foot and your heel. Core engagement. Inhale. Exhale, press that leg back, 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 all the way into warrior one. Really beautiful, you guys. I'm going to turn because I hate being backwards. Warrior one. Inhale, open up into warrior two. Using over front fingertips. Sit low in your warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And go ahead and straighten your front leg for a reverse triangle. You need a little bit more space in your sides. Re-engage your front leg, bending all the way into warrior two. Inhale there. Exhale, partial Konasana, side angle pose. Or just keep your forearm on your side here. So really reach that top arm toward the front of the room. Turn your heart toward the sky. Good. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Turn both feet so that they're parallel with one another. Bring your hands behind you, clasp them. Inhale, pull them down. Exhale, pull forward for cross breather. Bringing the crown of your head toward the earth in whatever capacity that means for you, while you get a little bit of shoulder mobility work here, bringing your clasped hands towards the sky. Good. Go ahead and release your hands, bring them down. Take them out all the way in front for a wide-legged down dog kind of action. Additional stretch here. Big belly breath. Draw your hands underneath you, placing left palm down. Turn to your right and twist. Bringing your right up toward the sky. Switch sides on your next breath. Call back to the center. Go ahead and walk your hands back around to the front of your mat. Good. Come all the way into a lunge here to start. And then turn your back foot, place it down, turn it out slightly. We're going to come from here directly once more into side angle pose. If you need to come up onto your side, do. But if you can manage to stay on the earth or use a block, you want to take your tricep to your inner knee as you reach your left hand toward the sky. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your front leg. Bring your top arm around behind you and come into a half bound Trikonasana here. Yep. Turning your heart toward the ceiling. The ladies look perfect. Heart towards ceiling. And there, you take your arm, take it up to the ceiling once more. But with that same action of really having your heart open and turned. And then if you have a little bit of juice left, bring your hand to your hip. Look toward your front toe. Step your back foot in a couple of inches. Bring your fingertips in front of your toe and come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. You can skip half moon by just staying in triangle. But if you've made it this far, once you feel stable, then you can take your top arm toward the ceiling. You don't have to. I may not be there for you today. Next breath, go ahead and bring both hands to the earth, coming over your front straight leg. Once more, standing split. And then drop your foot all the way, Uttanasana. Halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, root to rise. Come on up. Once more, Tadasana. Feeling the difference in your two sides. It should be pretty significant at this point. That was a long sequence. I hope I can remember what we did. You guys keep me in check. Okay. I know we started with truth, so we're good there. Now you're going to stand into your left foot, and you're going to take your right foot into your groin. Or just somewhere on your thigh. Stabilize your Shasana first by squeezing toward the midline. So push-pull action. Hands start in front of your heart. Just hang out there for a second. Use your breath to stabilize. And when you're ready, you can bring your arms up. If your gaze follows, you want to take it up an inch at a time so you don't disrupt your stability. Use your breath to bring your arms out, index finger and thumb joining. And there, a little bend in your standing leg. Turn your knee forward, moving into dancer. So you can either start with both hands on foot, or if you feel stable enough, you can just bring that left arm around in front of you, with the index finger and thumb joined. Taking right foot into hand, feeling that connection first before you bend forward. There, a little bend in your front leg. Release your back foot, just like we did in bird dog. Try to kick it on the wall behind you. Coming into warrior three. Arms can be in front of your heart, alongside you, or in front. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Slowly step back. Warrior. Little back bend in warrior 1. On an exhale, take it into warrior 2. Really beautiful work. Bend deeply into your front leg in warrior 2. Open up across your heart center. Fingertip to fingertip. Full expression here. And deeply into that left leg. Heel to arch. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach those fingertips back to get into your side body. And then straighten your front leg. This reverse triangle. Find a little bit more space here in your side body. Inhale. On an exhale, rebend your front leg. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. And then inhale all the way into Parsvakonasana version A. So forearms to thigh. Heart turned toward the sky. Top arm reaching. 2, 1. Bring it back up on the breath. Straighten your front leg. Turn your feet once more so they're parallel. Pass your hands behind you the funky way. Inhale. Bring your hands down. Look up. Exhale. Fold forward. Bringing your hands with you toward the sky. Big breath. There. Getting a little bit more space in your shoulders. On your next breath, go ahead and release your hands. Options here. You can work getting your crown toward the floor, so widening your stance, really firming your hands into the mat, working just to get your head closer to the ground here. If you have a tripod headstand practice, you can take that tripod headstand. You can work whatever version of forward fold and Prasarita works for you for an inversion. If you're going into tripod headstand, you really want to be able to see your fingertips. So you're going to need to bring your hands back a little bit underneath you. Shoulders distance apart. And if you're not familiar with this, you can just lean into your head and just lift a little bit onto your toes to feel what that feels like, so it's not quite so scary. When you feel stable, you can come up. Again, this is completely 100% optional. Whatever version of forward fold you're in, stay with it one more breath. If you're in the headstand, slowly start to bring yourself down the same way you got up, slowly. And then everybody, walk your hands out in front of you once more for that Prasarita version of downward facing. Bring your hands underneath you, right palm down this time. Take your left hand toward the sky. For a twist. Switching sides, left palm down, right arm up for a twist. Get back around to the center, and then walk back around to the front of your mat once more. Coming into lunge. Good. From here, we're moving into Parsvakonasana again. Version B, unless you want to take it higher, again, but you're taking this version, just bring your hand to the inside of your foot so that your tricep and your inner leg are connected. Back foot is flat and turned out slightly. Top arm, right arm reaches toward the sky. So again, you can always come up to your thigh. And then really squeeze that knee and that tricep toward one another. From here, go ahead and straighten your front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Take your top arm behind you for a half-bound version. Turn your heart toward the sky. Release your arm. back to the ceiling. Bring it to your hip to start. Bend your front leg. Walk your back foot in a little bit. Bring your front fingertips around your front foot. And then using your core, lift your leg. Parallel with your hip. Flexing your foot. Turning out. And as you're ready, you can bring your hand toward the ceiling if you're ready. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the earth. Standing split. And then all the way down. Uttanasana. Grab your elbows, bend your knees, swing a little bit, side to side. Press into your feet, inhale, rise up. Exhale through the center. Go ahead and walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Sit into Malasana. Palms together. Squeezing knee to tricep. Then coming down to your bottom, all the way to your back. Squeeze your knees in, give yourself a hug, rocking a little bit side to side. Go ahead and bring your feet down to the mat. You want the tops of your fingertips to be able to graze the backs of your heels. Press into your feet, lift your hips, walk your shoulder blades underneath you one at a time, coming into bridge pose. You can clasp your hands underneath you if that's accessible. And try not to tuck your chin too much. You want your neck to be neutral. Breathe, big belly breath. Don't let your knees splay out, but rather squeeze them toward the midline. Release your shoulders, clasp your hands, release the clasp of your hands. Come down one vertebrae at a time. Let your knees touch one another. One hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. We'll take one more back bend. Trying to cut it off a little short today because I got to get the kids to a makeup dance class. So we'll just do one more, and then if you want to take wheel instead of bridge, that's your prerogative. Otherwise, stick with bridge. Feels really nice. But if you want to take a full wheel, feel free to do that at this time. So you're coming into bridge, press into your feet, lift your hips, walk your shoulder blades underneath you one at a time, clasp hands. You're coming into wheel, hands alongside your ears. Fingertips pointed toward your feet. Squeeze in your elbows, on a breath, come to the top of your head. And then push all the way up. Nice, flip your toes if you like. I meant your heels. Breathing for 2. Come on down, wherever you're at. Once more, knees touching one another. One hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. And there, just take your arms parallel, feet wide, and then just allow your knees to fall over to the right. As you look to your left. Inhale through the center. Take your knees the opposite direction. Head turning opposite. Come back through the center. Maybe bring your feet in for a happy baby, grabbing inside or outside of your feet, pressing your feet down. And actually, you want your pelvis on the earth if you can manage it. Super grounding. Beginning with child and ending with happy baby. Perfect. Go ahead and release that. Coming into stillness. Taking a couple minutes in Shavasana. Letting everything go. If you're at home and you have extra time to linger, feel free to linger in Shavasana. Otherwise, roll to your side when you're ready. Gaze soft, your eyes closed. Find your way once more to a simple seated position. And bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a breath of gratitude to yourself for showing up on your mat this morning, for taking one step on the path for a joyful life by engaging in this practice this morning. Take a breath of gratitude to the fellow yogis and yoginis who have joined you wherever they are this morning in this sacred practice. You have joined our Sangha. And take a breath of gratitude for breath, for movement, for this gift that your body today has allowed you to have. Breathe for all of those who cannot right now. Move for those who cannot. And with your next breath, give that love away, that metta, love and kindness you have cultivated. Send it out to those for whom we practice. And finally, a breath of gratitude to RBC for being our Sangha home, physically, virtually, and otherwise. And then let's close with an Om together. Inhale. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice this morning. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Remember that there is a Venmo, Reno Buddhist Center, also a PayPal link on the webpage. Please make a donation if you can, and we'll see you at service tomorrow, either online or in person.